Live, guys. Sorry I'm a little late. I wanted to take a couple extra notes. How's everybody doing? Mez, I love your new profile pic. The tie-dyed little, I love it. I just saw it. Um, so anyway, this was kind of a spontaneous live. I wasn't even realized that the Dr. Phil was on today until I was chatting with somebody and were saying, I'm like, oh my gosh, because I have another live planned at 8:30, Heidi Plank. So come back for that one. I have that's actually our planned, and I have some things to show and stuff. So that'll be interesting. This is just kind of spontaneous. I watched the Dr. Phil. I wanted to just give my thoughts. The Candus and Summer, Summer Wells case, Candus and Don were on Dr. Phil. It's part one. They're going to be on tomorrow too. They haven't actually been on the show yet. They only played the part where the Scott and what's the other guy from the behavior panel? I forget the other guy's name. It's horrible. But they were they interviewed them, and then they kind of like analyzed it. And then, of course, he made it seem like they were going to come on. And then at the end, he's like, they'll be on tomorrow. Like, keeps everybody coming back. I was like, I knew that it wasn't going to be till tomorrow till they were actually on his show. But anyway, I found it pretty interesting. Now, I do have to be honest. I went back just to watch the part because I wanted to take notes on these 3 questions that they ask her. And I wanted to take notes on it. And I totally changed my opinion when I just watched it just a minute ago. I'm glad I went back down and watched it because I got a whole different feeling from it than so originally I was going to give like my opinion on it. Well, I'm still going to give my opinion. And I kind of changed it because I got a whole different feeling. I just repeated myself twice. Sorry, guys. So let me get my notes. This probably won't be very long unless if people want to come up. I know Mez, I'll send you an invite. I kind of wanted to maybe make it an open panel and a few people could come up and give their thoughts on it too. But I have to be done by like 8 though, because I want to do get ready for my live at 8:30. So okay. So how many of you guys watched it? First of all, let's start there. How many of you guys got to watch the first part? Just do a thumbs up if you watch it, thumbs down if not, because then I kind of know how I have to go about explaining it. If like most of you have already seen it, or hi, Mama Mia, Carolina. Okay, so let me know. Okay, so a lot of people you did. G Dubs didn't see it. Oh, hi, Italian lady. Okay, so it looks like most of you guys did see it actually, huh? So my reaction when I was first watching it, like I said, there's not very much like good stuff we could really analyze because most of it's like Dr. Phil setting up scenarios where the good stuff's probably only like 20 minutes at the most or 15 minutes. It's not very much where you actually get to see, them talking and stuff. So they start off by the interview. They ask her these 3 questions that at first I have to admit, I'm like, you guys, I was thinking they are over analyzing these 3 questions. Like I did not get that, like, just let it go, but then when I just watched it back, I had a second thought. So let me tell you, they ask her 3 questions. They ask her, now this isn't Dr. Phil, this is the behavior panel. They ask her, did you do anything to Summer? She says no, like a big strong no. Do you know what happened to Summer? Big, no. So the first 2 no's, I feel like, that the behavior panel didn't think that there was any deception, like that they felt convinced that, when she said it, it felt real, honest. And then the second one is, do you know who took Summer? And she kind of like, she kind of like breathes in. It almost looks like she thought a little bit. And that's when I went back and watched it again. That's where I got that, because I was watching it like even up close. I was standing like right at the TV, and it almost looks like she was thinking of something in particular. And that's what I got the second time watching it that I didn't get the first. I was like, come on, she's just like saying like no, no. And the third question, she's just like, oh, no, like I didn't, just like over, like I said, no, no, no. And like, you get to the third and you're just like kind of like, no. And because she says it like where she barely says it, where she's like, no, and it's really soft and it's not as like as strong. So at first I'm like, no, it's not even a big deal. But then, like I said, I watched it and it almost looks like she looks like you would look up, like you're thinking of something in particular when she's saying it, and it's making her sad, like it's making her like disgusted thinking about it, like, oh no. So I don't know. Like I said, I've had 2 different thoughts. What did you guys think about that? Did you think that there was something to that or not? I'm probably still 50-50. I'm just saying I don't feel as strong that maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it does. Okay, so then that they analyzed that and they said, that was a little bit weird, and that might mean, something, might mean that she does know who took her. But the thing is if they're convinced that when she says no, she doesn't know what happened to her, then do you know who took her? Well, they're saying Summer. Do you know who took Summer? How would she know that but not know what happened to her? Because wouldn't that kind of contradict that? Because wouldn't she know what happened to her then if she knows who took her? That's what I'm a little bit confused on that. Because how could they would all have to be yes or all no? No, the last two would have to be like that she was lying, not just the last one for it to make sense. Do you guys see what I'm saying? So I'm having a little bit of trouble there. Um, Unless if she's like thinking, do you know what happened to her? She knows who took her, but she doesn't know what they did with her, I guess. You could look at it like that. I don't know. So that's a little weird, I guess. They made a kind of a big deal out of that. And then this is the part I think that it's not a big deal. But I was like, what? I don't see anything wrong with the way she answered. They asked, what do you think should happen to the person that took her? And she said they should be put away for the rest of their lives. And then she pauses, and then she said they should be tormented. I don't know her exact words, but basically tormented. But they made a big deal that she should have been more aggressive in her answer. She should have been more like, God, I would have done this, this, and this to him. But she's on national TV. Like, I don't like, I feel like that's probably what I would have said too. Like, they need to be put away for the rest of their lives. They need to be tormented. Those are two, I think, very appropriate answers. Don't you guys think? So I don't know why they made a big deal about this, but I kind of get it because it's a show. It's Dr. Phil. He needs to create this drama. He needs to create like this big drama, like this big, like, whoa, look at this, like, or it's not a good show. I mean, that's what he feeds off of. So I kind of get it. They're over exaggerating everything. And I don't blame Behavior Panel because they're on his show. So they're not going to sit there and fight him. They're just going to kind of go along. I get it. But yeah, that part I think was totally fine. She answered fine, put it away the rest of her lives. They should be tormented. Two appropriate answers, in my opinion. And then what else? The weird thing, I do agree with them. Why did she get so upset when they started talking about the cornbread mafia? I was going to look that up. Does anybody know much about that? That was very odd because she was fine. Well, they said she was fine. Who knows how long that lasted because they probably only clipped out pieces. But basically, that's the point where she started freaking out and like got real emotional because they basically asked her about like this mafia, this cornbread mafia, and kind of insinuating, do you think that they had something to do with taking Summer? And that's when she walked off. That's when she's like, I can't do this. I'm always being I feel like I'm being interrogated again, and she's crying, like bawling her eyes out, But who knows though? Remember, Dr. Phil's job is to make this show look dramatic and keep you guys glued. So who knows if maybe she did cry on a lot of other spots, but they edited it to make it look like the only time she cried is this, because when he shows the clip of her on his show, she's crying on that show too. So I don't know if I agree that that's the only time she gets emotional, because he can't compare the Chris McDonough interview room to that, because he shows a clip of that and how she doesn't really get emotional. I don't know if that's what he was leading up, because he talks about like when she sees the bed, she doesn't get emotional. I don't know. Maybe they take her again, but if that's the clip he's talking about, that's a little bit different. It's a whole different scenario. It's a different point in the whole thing. And so I don't know. I don't know. I hope he's not comparing that to that. But and if any of you guys get copyright claims for that, this is what happened. Watch, because a lot of you guys probably use that Chris McDonough clip, right? Like when they went to the house, which he's not going to claim you, but Dr. Phil will. Watch. He did that with the Vallow case. This is a case in point. I covered it months before. Dr. Phil covers Vallow months after I used a clip of East Idaho News, and he used the clip of East Idaho News, and he claimed me. Just watch. If you guys use the clip, he's going to give you a copyright claim. I used a clip of it. I'll probably get a claim, but let's fight it, guys, because it's not his. When he played that, I'm like, oh my God, there you go. I'm getting copyrighted from Dr. Phil for using somebody else's work like months ago. I hope I'm making sense, guys, but just watch. It will. I don't know why he thinks he owns it just because he uses somebody else's material. But anyway, So yeah, what did you guys think about the Cornbread Mafia? Let me look that up. What is the Cornbread Mafia? I didn't have time to look it up because I just got done really watching that, and then I was getting ready for the live. I wanted to try to squeeze this one in, but let me look it up and see what I could find about that. Let's see. It says the Cornbread Mafia was the name for a group of Kentucky men who created the largest domestic marijuana production operation in United States history. It was based in Marion, Nelson, and Washington counties in central Kentucky. The term Cornbread Mafia was first used in public by federal prosecutors in June of 1989 press conference. So, so that's just like where it originated. I guess maybe there's some branches now that they're just using it. Maybe, I don't know. This is President Barack Obama granted clemency to 3 men from the Marion County, Kentucky. All were either directly or indirectly connected to the Cornbread Mafia. Anyway, so I don't know. That could have just been a weird coincidence that she got all emotional then, because I'm not convinced that's the only time she was crying, because we see the clip that she's crying on his show too. So I don't know where he's coming with that. Do you guys agree? Like, he acts like that's the only time she got emotional, and he shows the clip and she almost walks off again when she's on the show. She's crying. So what is he talking about? Anyway, it is weird that she does, but maybe it was just getting too much and she was just like, I'm had enough. I don't know. But I mean, I would look at it like, why did she get emotional? It is kind of weird. And then it was weird when she did say that they weren't helping her and she had to use me instead of Summer. Yeah. But I don't think that makes her guilty. I think that makes her not even not normal. I think a lot of people think of themselves and they just use like me, like they wouldn't think, if they're not really thinking properly, what to say that sounds right. I just don't think that that's, yeah, she should have said Summer, but I don't think that makes her guilty because she said to help me. It's just something she said. She wasn't thinking. I don't know. I just don't think that's a huge deal, but I know I'm not. I know I'll get a lot of people that disagree. And then I don't, when Dr. Phil also made a big deal about her saying that she would be able to hear the door opening downstairs. And then he's like, look, it only made a little squeak. Oh, I don't think she would hear it upstairs. I don't think she even thought really that hard about the question. She was with Chris. She wanted to look good. She didn't want to say the wrong answer. We all know that. She didn't want to, like, when she told the story what happened that day, we know that's not how it happened. Like, she didn't walk Summer. I mean, I talked about this on my first live. Like, I don't believe she walked Summer up to the freaking door. I don't believe that it was only 2 minutes. Like, nobody believes that story. She just didn't want to look like a bad mother. But we know she's not that type of mother that she would walk Summer up and make sure somebody was watching it all the times. I mean, we could see that. No, she probably let her go. Didn't even probably look to see if she got in. You know what I'm saying? And it was probably way longer than 2 minutes. Still doesn't make her guilty, but we all kind of figure that anyway. So Dr. Phil, good, but we were on that. But anyway, he always says the most common sense, it's fine. He helps. I like him because he has the money to help people, but like his like intelligence, it's more common sense. And me and my mom were talking about that. She's like, that's why I don't like him. He just says everything that I would have said. Like, I know, Mom. I said that the first live, his conclusions, I said the same thing. But as far as the door though, I think she just wasn't thinking. This was Chris McDonough's tape that he's talking about, when Chris went to her house and she said, just real like quick, he asked, would you be able to hear the door opening? And she said, yeah. It was probably just to make her look like a good mother again. Like, yeah, I would have known if somebody came in, when in reality, no, she wouldn't have, but she didn't want to make it look like that she wasn't aware if a stranger was coming in. So she just like wasn't thinking too hard. Yeah, I would have known. I don't think that's much to look into as far as like of her guilt. I think it's just more of her making it seem like she's a better mother and more, more responsible than she is, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think? Look better than mom. Yeah. And then as far as what he concluded at the end was basically what I said at the first live, that, yeah, I just don't think, I think she exaggerated about walking her up to the door. I don't think that happened. and she had to make sure I walked her all the way up to the door. No, she didn't. I guarantee she didn't do that. And it was probably way more than a couple minutes. And she didn't make sure the boys were watching probably. And she just didn't want to make it look like she was irresponsible. Like, I feel like that's why she was lying about that. Probably. I mean, I'm not saying for sure that she's not guilty of something, but that makes sense that if there is some guilt or is some deception, that she's kind of exaggerating on how she is as a mother, which is understandable because she, probably thinks she'll get in trouble if she says otherwise, of being a bad mom. So that's just my opinions on it. I didn't learn anything. I never really learn anything with him because even when he does use psychological terms, it's like psychology 101. It's stuff. If you take a couple psych classes, but I like that he has money. Like he had, obviously he helped get Candus's teeth because I saw her in the video. She was on a video. Somebody had emailed me a live link and she was on a video. And you could see like she has, because remember she only had like 2 or maybe 1 tooth, like it was like all empty. And she has like all her front teeth now. Yeah, the back still looks empty because they probably can only do so much at a time. It like starts from back there where it's not, but like all the front teeth are all good. It looks like they're all like brand new. So yeah, I'm sure he did, which is nice. He has the money to send them to therapy to a real psychiatrist and has money to get them the help and get them teeth and get whatever help they want. So that's why I do respect him. But as far as like anything else, so yeah, what do you guys think? I don't feel like we learned anything new yet. So tomorrow I'll probably do another live tomorrow after I watch tomorrow's. I got it recorded and I'll let you know. I'm sure you guys will watch it too and we could discuss that. Probably tomorrow. Let's plan tomorrow since I don't have tomorrow's Friday. I have my cousin's birthday. I have to see what time that is. I think that's early, so I should be back in time to come do a live. So let's do like an open panel tomorrow where we could discuss like both of them together and just like I'll throw out the link and we could all just discuss it. I would do it today, but now that I'm thinking about it, I do have that live coming up and I know once I throw that link, I bet hopefully I'll have a lot of people that want to come chat about it. It might be better so I'm not rushing. I don't know, unless if somebody in chat wants to come up and share, that's fine. Let me see what chat's saying now because that's about really all that happened. There wasn't much so far. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree. Where is that? I agree though, because he is getting rewarded for it. So the money that he is, you can look at it like that, but he does have the resources and he does help people. But he does. I could see that. But like I said, he does help people in a way. He does exploit them to help him. You're right. But it's their choice. They know what he's about, I guess. So if you're going to go on it, you're going to be exploited. And I'm not saying that's okay, but I'm saying I would never want to go on Dr. Phil, but, he's like Mr. Obvious, like Mr. Common Sense, or you know what I'm saying? He says the obvious, it's fine, but my mom cracked me up today. She's like, I know. She's like, I don't understand. Because my dad loved Dr. Phil. He always watched it. My mom was like, I always hate it. I didn't like it. I don't understand. Like, I'm like, duh. It's always stuff I would say. Like, I don't learn anything. It's like the most common sense. Oh my god. But oh well, it's entertaining because he does have very interesting stories. Like when my dad used to watch it, I did watch it sometimes with him because when I lived with my other grandma, she watched it and I watched it a lot then too. But thank you, Morky Mama. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me just look at some chat now. I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks. So just give me a minute. I'll put up some comments. Trying to get their boys back. Yes. It's definitely wrong. It's very stressful. We do not have any proof that she did anything to cover for sure. Candus, what street it was. Candus, what street it was definitely wrong. Wait, what, Teresa? Can you elaborate what you mean? I'm a little bit confused what you're saying on that. I feel like I think I'm probably going to agree with you, but I'm that first part. What are you saying? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so what did you guys all think about those 3 questions that they made a big deal out about that last one about do you know who took her? Wait, how do they word it? Hold on. I wrote down exactly just so do you know who took Summer? Do you guys feel like there's anything to that, the way she kind of like looked up breathed in and kind of got a little, you could feel like she was either disgusted or sad before she answered. Like, do you think she was thinking, or it was like more like, no, like you just 3 times, like, no, like the third time it was just like, no, like for the last time. What do you guys think? Because like I said, when I watched it again, I had conflicting feelings. So I was like, I don't know how to take this. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, thanks, A Voice for Hope. I'm going to bring Zeke up. Yeah, since it's early. I'm going to bring him up in a minute, but I just want to read some of your. I want Dr. Phil to bring up the obvious abuse all the kids were living in. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess we'll see tomorrow. But like with all the commercials and stuff, you don't really get a ton of time. Like, I hope there's a lot more information that he gets to. You know, okay, see, he was a psychiatrist, but I know years ago, my friend, she had told me, and I never really looked into this to see if it was for sure, but I always trusted her. Her mom was a psychiatrist and she knew like a lot about the field. And she told me, and I forget the exact details, but this was years when he first started his show. She told me that he actually lost his license to practice. So he's allowed to have a show, but that's why he can't practice psychology. I forget what the reason was, but some reason he lost his license, so he can't practice it. But he could have a show. It's just a talk show. He doesn't, that's why he always sends people out to get help. He never gives them the help because he can't practice psychology. And like I said, I trust that she was probably right. I never really looked into it maybe I did back then. I forget what I found out, but I feel like I think she was right. What do you guys know? This was probably like 20 years ago when he first started, and I hated him at first. And then I was like, oh, maybe he's all right. And she hated him too, but she's just like, no, he lost his freaking license. And I don't know. So I don't think if he did, then he probably isn't. I don't know if he would be able to have that title still, but of course it's just for the show. I don't know if. Okay, so let me see what you guys, the work they did on her mouth was causing a pain. Oh, okay. So is she going to have the rest of it done? Yeah, that's what I think he was, and then he lost his license, but he's still using the word doctor. Like I said, I trust the person that told me. I feel like she's a credible like person that would know. But maybe I'll look into it. Let me see. Let me just. I guess we got Google right here. Let me look it up. Hold on. Let's see here. Dr. Phil doesn't have an active license to practice. Why did Dr. Phil lose his all these titles? So everybody is writing stuff on it. Psychology board investigates Dr. Phil. Why did Dr. Phil surrender his license? Why can Dr. Phil no longer practice psychology? So yeah, there must be some truth to this. Go type that in and it's all this stuff. I don't know. Where do we start? Let's see. Psychology board investigates Dr. Phil, which lodges California Board of Psychology. The TV doc was illegally practicing without a license when he paid a visit to one Britney Spears. We've learned the person who filed the complaint is a psychologist. Dr. Phil has never been licensed to practice in California. He retired his Texas license in 2006. But I think he lost it. I don't think he retired it. I heard he lost it, but let's see. The shrink believes when Dr. Phil visited Britt in the hospital, Brittany, earlier this month, he was practicing psychology. A Dr. Phil Honcho told TMZ the visit was never meant to lure Brittany onto the show and that there were never plans to put her on the air. A psychology board rep said if the boards find the complaint credible, it would be referred to the DA for review. Practicing without a license is a felony in California. So he probably was able to prove he wasn't practicing. He was just there as a friend helping her because he doesn't practice on the show. That's not what he's doing. He always sends people out to a psychiatrist, if you've noticed. That's why I always also believed the person that told me, because he doesn't practice it on the show. He's always sending them out to a professional, because he doesn't have his license to practice in California for sure. But let's see. I think there was a reason he lost it. I don't think he just retired it. Why can Dr. Phil no longer? Let's see here. They're saying he voluntarily surrendered his license to the state of Texas in 2006. But I bet you something happened to make him surrender it. Like it was probably like a thing like, okay, either, you know what I'm saying? Like what is I'm trying to think of an example where you either, oh, wait, my light went off. Resign, you know how like sometimes when you're going to get fired, oh, resign, or just so then it doesn't look like you were fired. Hey, either just surrender it or we're going to have to do this. And it's just easier for him to surrender it. Because I don't know. I just think there was something more to it. Because why would he just retire it? I guess some people said that a lot of people do when they have no intention to returning to the field of practice. But why wouldn't he keep it current having the show just so he doesn't get into any legal trouble? If he accidentally crosses that boundary, he has the license to back him up. Like, why not just keep it if you can? And it says he can use the title doctor because he has a PhD in psychology. So he doesn't have to be practicing. Since he has the PhD in psychology, he's allowed to use doctor. So he's not doing anything wrong there. It's not medical training. He's not a medical doctor, as many seem to think he is, or a psychiatrist, because a psychiatrist must have a medical degree. So he's not a psychiatrist. He just has the anyone because he has a PhD in psychology. Anyone who's a doctor. Wonder if he got, I don't know. So that answers that. Maybe I'll dig a little bit more into it, see if I could find out if there is some kind of scandal, like if the reason he surrendered it. I mean, on the like as you could see on how do you say it? Like on the legal documents or on anything like legal, it's going to say he surrendered it. But like if we could find the gossip of why, like there has to be something out there. Anyway, so yeah, he just does, he can't practice, guys. He doesn't have it. Okay, so that's that. In 2006, so that's how many years ago? A long time. Like what? That's like 15 years ago. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. How long did he have? He had the show? Anyway, so let me see what everybody else is thinking. Don all the way, allegedly. Yeah, maybe she does. Maybe it's just as simple as that she knows somebody in it and she knows stuff about that. Maybe it has nothing to do with Summer, but maybe she's afraid of being associated and interrogated about that because maybe she is friends with some of the people in it. And now they're asking her question that's making her nervous because if they find that out that she is like associated with some of them, then they would, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's making her nervous. I don't know if I think necessarily it's because that has anything to do with Summer. I don't know why my mom was asking me because she doesn't. Oh, thanks, Rita LaBoy. Yes, exactly. That's you worded it perfect. Let me try to put that up, Rita. Where is it? Rita. Where are you? I want to put that. I see it, but I want to put it up. I have to find it over here so I could put it up. Everybody could see it. If not, I'll just read it. But thanks for the super chat. Where is it? All right, I might not be able to find it over here. I'll just have to read it because it's not coming up. So, yeah, thanks for the super chat. It says, oh, here it is. I got it. It says, state of Texas probably said surrender it or we'll revoke the license. Exactly. That stuff happens all the time. Like resign or we'll fire you, or you know, if you do something wrong, surrender it or this, because he got in trouble and he was doing something happened, or they let him just go ahead and surrender it on his record so it doesn't, you know, it's not known. They gave him like a good option, probably a good deal. So yeah, so my mom goes, what do you think? Because she doesn't follow the case. She watched the Dr. Phil with me, but she saw a little bit the one time when it first happened. She was watching the interview room. She watched a couple of shows. She's like, look, do you know this guy? Like, I'm watching this. So she watched it a little bit, but she's like, what do you think? She doesn't know much about it. She's like, what do you think about it? Do you think they did something? And I was just, you know what? I don't think Don had anything to do with it. I think he was at work. And I think if Candus did, it's the same thing that I thought before. If she did, I don't think it was anything on purpose. Like I was trying to tell her, like, I don't think, yeah, she's probably not the best mother. She's probably pretty bad mother, and she's probably like a very um absent. I'm trying to think of the word. Like I was just saying, like it's so dysfunctional, but that's all that they know. So it's a very dysfunctional family, but that's what they know. And she does hang out with her family. We see pictures. She's always with them. Like they have fun. They do their own thing in a dysfunctional way. But I feel like she loves them in her own way. Like I feel like she does love her kids. Like she purposely wouldn't do anything to hurt them, but she's just very I'm not saying she's not selfish. She probably is. I don't know. I don't want to say she's selfish. She's just dysfunctional. She's got a addiction. She's an alcoholic, obviously. Not sure if she's got any drug habits, probably. So she's an addict. So that's an issue. Very dysfunctional. And but I don't think that she would purposely hurt her kids. Like that's what I was telling my mom. I think if anything happened, it was an accident, and it was while she was probably doing something she shouldn't be doing, and it was probably her fault. And she was afraid if this did happen, hypothetically, if this did happen, she was afraid to call it in. Because my mom was like, I don't understand why people do that. Why not just call it in? There should be some kind of protection for if there's accidents, so people, will just say what happened. And like she probably got scared because she was probably high or drunk when it happened, and something she was doing caused it that she should have been not doing. You know what I'm saying? Where she was afraid. And so she covered it up, if anything. I just don't see her purposely like killing her on purpose. I think if anything, it was an accident if she was involved, in my opinion. So that's kind of the same place I was at the very beginning. I was saying the same thing. I just don't see her doing anything on purpose. But I see her dysfunction and her ways could create an environment that could cause a death of her kid, which is not good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Her poor kids. She needs to, fix some of those issues. So I'm not saying she's completely innocent if that's the fact, but like purposely, I don't think it was like a purposeful thing. I think it was just something because of how they live caused it. That's just where I stand right now. I don't see her as not, she just loves her kids in a weird way. Like, in a just not a weird way, in her way. Everybody's different. Like, and it's very dysfunctional. It is. But that's all they know. And I'm not saying that makes it okay. I'm just saying it is what it is. That's what it is, in my opinion. Yes, definitely. No, you're right. You're right. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's wrong. She should pay for what she did. But what I'm saying is if it happened, like she didn't kill her on purpose. But yes, I agree. Like she should be punished to keep this and not just coming clean with it. Yeah. But if it did happen, I feel like it wasn't like that she purposely did something to kill her, like just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. And it wouldn't surprise me, I guess, if it comes out that I'm like totally wrong, but that's just how I feel. Just my opinion. And these people, I don't know why they should, because yeah, maybe she would have done a little bit of time, but now if they find out that she covered it up like that, she could do life. You know what I'm saying? That if it was an accident, she just admitted it, and it was something that she was doing that caused it, that she, illegal, then yeah, maybe she would do a couple years, maybe, or maybe she would just get all probation. I mean, who knows? But it wouldn't be her whole life. Like, but instead she covers it up. If that's, this is just hypothetical, right? If she covers it up, now she is like, it's stupid. I don't know why people just don't, because it does happen. Now, I'm not saying this is for sure what happened, but it happens all the time with other scenarios where people just think, they get afraid and they cover it up. Why? You're going to get caught, and then you're going to get in so much more trouble. Makes no sense. Okay, so you think that he took over? Wait, what do you mean he took over? Took over what? Yeah, maybe Grandis. I mean, and the other scenario is what if somebody really did take her? What if somebody did? I know there is some theories out there that somebody like Grandis or somebody set up where she could go to a better home. I'm not sure if I believe that, because 4 months passes, and that you would think if that person was trying to do that and give her a better home, wouldn't you think by now, I mean, legally they would just like come clean with that? I mean, I don't know. It just seems maybe, I guess. But I also think there's a possibility that she did get taken and that, Candace was under exaggerating how long she left her alone. It was probably a lot longer. So that's why she's actually doing herself harm by saying it was only 2 minutes, because that makes people say, okay, wait, you're lying. So why are you lying? Because 2 minutes, if that would happen in 2 minutes, how couldn't you have seen something? How couldn't you have known? That's too much to happen so quick. You would have seen something. So then right there, you're thinking, okay, you're lying because 2 minutes, that's not possible without you knowing. And so then why are you lying? So she almost, I feel like, did more harm than just probably being honest and saying it was probably like an hour, however long it was. And just being like, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just got, let's make up an excuse or something. I don't know. I mean, we could see how she is. So it's not going to be like this big thing like, oh, wow, you left her alone for 2 hours. Oh my God, it's so unexpected. No, I'm sure that she leaves her for days, like a whole day probably. She probably did, So, I mean, I don't put it past that she leaves those kids all day and no big deal. Like, so I wish she would have just been honest about the timing and stuff, because that made her look worse, because obviously she's lying about that 2 minute. I mean, come on. And like, like you walked her up and made sure she got there. Like, boys, watch her. Like, you're not that type of mom. We see that. Like, don't lie about that. Just be honest. You're not going to get in trouble. Just say, I don't know when we were planting flowers. She probably just like took off inside. She probably don't even know how long passed. I think she probably has no idea. It's probably hours passed. That's my opinion. It just wasn't 2 minutes. And I think we all could agree that. But then it's like, yeah, then you wonder why she lied. But I think it was just to make herself look better. 20 or 30. Yeah, maybe 20 or 30. So wait, you think and had some issues going on? Wait. She maybe was involved and had some issues. Wait, involved. What do you mean though? Are you connecting like the Cornbread Mafia you think has something to do with Summer's disappearance? Or are you saying it's like just two different things? Soul for Music. Mez, do you want to come up? But you said you didn't watch it, but do you think are you even still here? Or do you think you know enough from like what we said happened to give your input, or no? Hey, Mystery. Hey, I just saw Phil interview. I think it's strange the way she reacted. I'm not gonna lie. Which part though, Mystery? I think it was about the Cornbread Mafia was strange. I think it was. Which part do you think was strange about the way she acted? But can you just think about like how she acts like all the time though? She's very strange. Think about these lives that you're hearing her in the background. She's just not stable person. She's very impulsive, or you just don't know what she's going to say. I mean, she just she's different. So you got to remember that she's not the typical mom that you would normally see. Yeah, so I looked up Cornbread Mafia. It's just here. Let me look at something else. I just looked at Wikipedia, which I usually never use as sources, but I just figured for something like that. Let's see if there's Cornbread Mafia in Tennessee, right? Because are they in Tennessee? Because it's saying that they're in Kentucky. Let's see, Cornbread Mafia in Tennessee. It probably started in Kentucky, but maybe they expanded. Let's see, Cornbread Mafia Tennessee reads. Okay, here, hold on. Let me share my screen, guys. We're gonna read this article together. This looks interesting, actually. Hold on. It says Cornbread Mafia in Tennessee article or something. Let me share my screen. Share. Okay. All right, hold on. All right. Okay, so I just found this. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, this is an audio book. I guess I should have saw it. Let's just see what it says a little bit. Homegrown syndicate code of silence and the biggest marijuana bust in American history. In the summer of '87, Johnny Boone set out to grow and harvest one of the greatest outdoor marijuana crops in modern times. In doing so, he set into motion a series of events that defined him and his associates as the largest homegrown marijuana syndicate in American history, also known as the Cornbread Mafia. currently a federal fugitive, made him the first journalist subpoenaed under the Obama administration. Takes listeners back to the 70s and 80s. Okay. Well, Vietnam veterans, characters caught up in the Tarantino level violence and heartbreaking altruism. Wait, what is there a movie? Wait, what are they talking about? How it all went down? Is it a tale of mafia style storylines? Oh, from Bluegrass State? Oh, wait, no, the Bluegrass State. I thought that was the movie. Well, what? Oh, never mind. They're just comparing it. I see. Okay. So is this the one in Tennessee? Hold on, let me see. Because I typed like in Tennessee, so let's see if there's any, if they branched out. Hold on. I don't know. I don't see any in the like links to Tennessee. Oh, to the Tennessee line. Let me see. Never thought that would be telling a story of God's laws versus man's law, but that's how it turned out, which was scary stuff. Let's see. Oh, that's Zeke. Hold on, guys. Hold on, Zeke. I got to jump on it when he wants to come. Hold on. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. You guys want to see him? You haven't seen him in a while. Hold on. I'm coming. I don't want him to leave. Hold on. Let me go get him. Hold on, Zeke. I'm coming, buddy. I'm coming. I'm so glad you came. I miss you. Hi, buddy. Hi. Come here. Everybody wants to see you. Everybody wants to see you, cutie. Oh, I love you so much. I love you so much. Okay. Oh, getting heavy. I think he's gained a little bit of weight. I noticed I had him on a walk today, and his harness was a little bit tighter than normal. Okay. Here's the Zekester. Oh, I love it. Okay. All right, guys. We have to take a Zeke break because I don't know when I'll get to bring him up again. Anyway, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's like much. I don't know. What do you guys think? I just think maybe, okay, so maybe she was just feeling interrogated. Maybe she does know some people in corporate mafia. She was afraid they would have, they didn't want her going down that road. But what did you guys make about the door? Did you guys take it the way I did about her saying no, the door? I love cornbread too, Heavenly Cause. I don't think it was mafia related either. I think it was just maybe she has been associated with some of those guys and was afraid they were going to find out if they started digging. So she's, getting nervous, or she just started getting overwhelmed. She's very impulsive type where it's just like 1 minute she's okay. And then 1 minute she's just like flipping out. Like, so we see that when you see her on lives and you hear her in the background. So, it might not be anything. Hi, Bubba. I've been making sure I try to spend a little more time with him. Like, because you remember she was hogging him. So I was like making a point to get my time back with him. Not a lot. I still don't. She gets most of it, but I try to get a little bit so he doesn't forget about me. Huh. He won't sleep with me still, but oh well. Anyway, guys, so, thanks for coming. Does anybody want to come up and discuss anything? If not, I still have about an hour before my next live. I still have an hour and a half, but about an hour before I want to get off. If anybody wants to come share their thoughts. Mez, if you want to come up, and then if anybody else wants to come up, I prefer, besides Mez, because she'd come up, but if another person, if you have seen the Dr. Phil. Anybody? And if not tonight, remember tomorrow, let's plan on like around 8 tomorrow. I'm going to do it I'm going to watch the Dr. Phil tomorrow, and then we're going to do open panel. I'll just put the link out there. So if you want to do it tomorrow, I'm going to put the link out there. I'll pin it and then just come up. So if you have to do something to prepare and, want to get ready, just keep that in mind, because sometimes I put it up there and then I don't barely get anybody. And I would like to get like a good panel going, at least like 4 people, and we could chat about like our thoughts on it. And we can even talk about this one, the first part and second part, and it'll be a nice little discussion. So let's for sure do that tomorrow night. Cornbread with butter. Yes, that's how I like mine too. Hey, miss. Oh, wait, I didn't even send you a link if you want. Oh, hey, Kaz. Oh, Dixie Mafia. Okay, hold on. Let's look up Dixie Mafia. Is that something that maybe she was? Hold on. Dixie Mafia. Okay. Yeah, because they did say that too. They named a couple things. I think they did say Dixie Mafia, Cornbread Mafia, didn't they? And then the way like that Don answered, he acted like, he didn't really know much about it, but I mean, so Dixie Mafia is a criminal organization composed mainly of white Southerners and based in Biloxi, Mississippi, operating primarily throughout the southern United States since at least the 1970s. Wow. So the group used each member's talents in a various crime categories to move stolen merchandise, illegal alcohol, and illegal drugs. That sounds more like maybe something. Okay, Bobo, I'll let you down. I love you so much. I love you so much. Yes, I do. Is that in Tennessee? Oh no, they said okay. Southern. Yeah, maybe. Okay, Bubba's. I love you, buddy. I love this, buddy. Did you guys miss Zeke? Did you miss Zeke? I love you so much. Okay. All right, guys. Let me see what you guys said. Does anybody want to come up? If not, I'll probably just end it because I don't really have anything more to say. Like I said, because there wasn't a ton of info to really talk about so far. It's experiencing. Yeah, probably, but like think about somebody that's never been on national TV. Like I would be too. I mean, it's understandable is what hold on, let me hold on, Zeke. Let me let you want to get out, Zeke, or no? Hold on, I think you might want to get out. Hi, buddy. I'll open the door for you. Love you, buddy. Love you. I'll just keep it cracked so he can still come if he wants. All right. So I understand, like I'd be nervous too. So I guess let's just see how she is when she's on the Dr. Phil. When she's on the show and see, because the clip he showed, she was crying, was she not? I mean, I still don't understand why he said that was the only time she got emotional. And then he shows a clip when she's look, it doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah, with learning difficulties. Yeah. See, like so Don's better. Like Don could go in front of, national TV. Look how calm and good he was, because he's just very well spoken. Really, he really is. Not when he's drinking and all drunk on the lives. That's why I wish whatever. He could do it. Some people are like, Tiff, no, just let him do it. That's where we're going to get answers. That's fine. I'm just saying he's not doing himself any favors when he's going on all these people's channels and just acting drunk or being drunk and just being stupid. Like when he's hanging out, he should not do that, because stick to when he's ready, sober, and and he's prepared, because he actually comes across as very well spoken and he just comes across a lot better. And he's just he's really not doing himself any favors if he wants to get his sons back. He's screwing that up. But on this show, he looked fine. He was fine. He's very good at speaking. He knows what to say. I'm not saying that makes him innocent. I'm just saying him compared to Candus, they're two different, way different. Like Candus, anxiety, doesn't want to be in front of people, is not good at speaking in front of people, is not very well spoken, gets nervous, doesn't know what to say. It's fine. Not everybody is. I hate speaking. Like as far as public speaking, I don't know how I'm able to do a channel. I am somehow. I guess because you guys make it easy. You guys are all awesome, but I get it though. So it might just be that. You're right. But I still think though, if anybody knows anything, it would be her. So if they're involved, or if I were to pick, which one, I would say if anybody knows anything, I think it's her that would know if she does. Because I really don't think Don knows anything or he's involved. I don't know. I think he was at work and I don't think he knows for some reason. Anyway, so well, thanks for coming. This was interesting. I wish I would have saw a lot more of your guys' chats. That's why please come up for the panel tomorrow, because I want to hear what you guys think. I really do. I keep trying to like scroll through when I ask a question what you guys think, and I can't find the answers, and I want to know what everybody thinks, because sometimes it helps me see things in a way, where I missed it. Like for instance, I had one thought and then I watched it again, and now I think maybe we're on to something on that. But at least I'm not so against like them saying, well, why did she answer like that? I still think it could just be like, though, that those 3 questions, that last no is still, I guess I'm like either or. I want to know what you guys think about that, because a part of me at first I thought, no, it's just like I've already said this 3 times. I know, I'm sorry. But like it's just like no, like, oh no, that last one, it just came out like that. But like I said, I watched it again, and now I'm thinking maybe she had something in mind, because it does look like she kind of looks up and she's thinking about somebody in particular or something in particular, and it kind of has this look like, oh, like she knows something, like, oh, it's like it's making her like sad or disgusted as she says it. I'm not saying for sure, but I kind of got that feeling the second time. So I want to know what you guys think. Like how many people think what? Because I can't make up my mind on that. I kept asking my mom, what do you think? Like rewinded it a couple of times, like, look, what do you think she's thinking? And she's something in particular, or she just when I was like, I don't know. She's like, but if she is, then like, well, wouldn't she, like, how did she word it? What did my mom say? She said, how would she know if she knew who took her? Then I don't know. What did she say? I gotta ask my mom. Something about if she knew who took her, then why wouldn't she say, or how would she know, or something? I don't know. Okay, Tiny Panda, word for radio pizza for Candus. Yeah, and then the other thing I really do. Oh, that how she answered that question, that was ridiculous. It was like, why is that weird? You know what? If she would have answered it like, I'm gonna kill them, I want to do this, when they asked her, what do you think should happen to the person? If she would have answered it all violent and aggressive, like they were saying that she should have, or whatever, like more like, they probably would have like analyzed that and have been like, I'm talking about Dr. Phil, because I don't want to. Dr. Phil probably would have been like, violent tendencies, or why did she go straight to violence, or why did she say that? Maybe that's why did she say, like, let's say, oh, I would stab him or something, like she used a specific thing. That's a sign. Maybe that's what she did. They would analyze that. I think she answered like totally normal. Go away for the rest of their lives. Torment them. Like those were like the perfect answers that you would expect. So I definitely disagree with that over analyzation. I'm repeating myself, I know, but there's some new people that are coming in that they come in throughout the live that weren't here for when I said it. So I just kind of am recapping what I said real quick, since there's not much about the show because there wasn't much going on. What else? Yeah, just there'll be more tomorrow, I feel like, to look at. So I don't think, but for some reason, as far as what I see now, I don't think it's going to leave us like us being any more aware or anything on what happened. It's probably going to just be like, oh, yeah, that just didn't answer any questions at all. Yes, I know we talked about that too. Yeah, that's that. She shouldn't have said that. She should have said summer. I get it, but I feel like it's not that unheard of that somebody would say that, like not thinking. They just say what they would just say. Oh, it's not helping me. That they're thinking helping me means finding Summer would help me, in a selfish way, because people just a lot of people think that way, and that's how they are. So I feel like it's still not that big of a deal, because it's helping me, because to find Summer is helping her, when I know she should have said helping Summer. I know, but I just don't think that means anything about guilt or anything. I feel like a lot of people would probably, not thinking, would answer that way. Now, Don would probably answer correctly because he's been watching everybody studying and what he's been saying wrong and what he should say. So he would probably make sure that he said helping Summer. At first, he probably would say me, and then once he learned, he would pick up on it. So, but she's not so quick as far as that. So no, she probably. I mean, I don't think it's. But yeah, I mean, she definitely should have been thinking about Summer. But like I said, you could kind of look at it as like it still is in an indirect way. I mean, does that make sense? Like, Batman! Scout and Choir. All right, guys. So come back around. I might start it at like 8 because I'm all ready. I'm going to switch my next live to like 8. I mean, I can do it even earlier because I'm pretty much ready, but I'll do it at 8. Yeah. About Heidi Plank. We're going to talk about that. Her. That. Oh my gosh. See, look, some of the words I accidentally say that sound so stupid, like, and it doesn't really mean anything, but yeah, so it's a very interesting case, guys. There's a new video that was released last night. Actually, when I was working on the video, because I edited it together like a video that I want to go over for my live tonight, and when I was editing it, the new the video of her walking her dog came out like an hour. Like when it came out, it said it like an hour before, so it came out like sometime last night when I was editing, and so I added that in there. So I don't know. Some of you guys might not be familiar with the case, and I'll explain it so you don't have to be familiar with it, because it's going to be a summary of everything involved and everything. And it's just very interesting. It is. It's like a mystery, you guys. So if you're not, I would recommend checking it out because it's a very interesting case, and she's still missing. And it's just weird. It's weird. I have a few different. At first, I was thinking one person, and then as I was going through information, there was something that kind of made me think, which we'll talk about it, but it kind of made me kind of think maybe somebody else. Oh, thanks, Max. Oh, thank you. I love the way you cover each and every case. You stick to the facts and do each case with the utmost respect. Much love to you, Bella. Oh, thanks. Starseed. Cement Shoes, what's up? Yeah. Okay. See, I want to see. Why do you think that? I hope tomorrow on panel I have some people that do think she is guilty. I like to have like different opinions up there because I would like to just hear your thoughts and stuff. So, okay. Yeah, I would love if you want to come up tomorrow. Let's chat about that. Yeah, maybe. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but I feel like we're starting to see though, because I feel like they're going on these lives. They're not even realizing, they're just doing it, and they're just drinking, and so they're not able to control, like, okay, we're on a live. So people are seeing like they're just like really drunk. And so they're just like letting it all out. So I feel like we're starting to actually see what it's really like there. Because I mean, once you get so drunk, you just kind of lose that ability to monitor what you're doing, So, yeah. So I feel like we'll see more, but I don't know. It's kind of sad in a way, though, because I feel like it's almost taken advantage of a really sad situation because they're obviously really bad alcoholics, like that need help, and maybe if they didn't drink, they would be much better people and much better parents. I think they would be. I'm not saying they'd be perfect, but I think they'd be a heck of a lot better. And they would be able to spend that money that they spend on alcohol and drugs on their kids to fix up the house. They would have more time and energy. So it does have a lot to do with the addiction, I think. And so it's sad that people are, and I don't want to say, because if they want to come on my show, I would have them on. So I'm not trying to put down all these creators that are having them on, but I just think it's it's getting to a point where it's really sad because they're doing it like every night. They're having them on and they're just like, it's just, I don't know. I hope their intentions are good and it's not to make more drama. I don't know. I hope it's to try to get the truth. I'm not sure really, but I just feel like it's not. It's more turning into just watching their dysfunctional relationship. It's not answering anything for Summer, and it's never going to. I mean, we'll see how dysfunctional they are, but that's still not going to say if they did anything to Summer. Just because they're bad to each other doesn't mean they did anything to Summer, in my opinion. So it's sad watching it. It really is. And then look at him on Dr. Phil. They're like two different people. Now Candus was like emotional, we saw her get upset, but like look at Don, like night and day, like sober and ready to do, his show. He's fine. He's like, wow. And then all of a sudden at night when he's all drunk, he's like a whole different person. It's crazy. So, I mean, if you just think about that, like what if he didn't drink anymore? How much better of a person and dad would he be? And a husband, think about that. Just knock, to be able to kick that habit, it could change their lives tremendously, but it's tough. It might not ever happen, to be honest. Okay. I remember reading that the board had Dr. Phil turn in his license because he had an inappropriate non-sexual relationship with a former patient who later became an employee. Okay, thanks. I figured it had to be something where, yeah, he turned it in willingly, but it was because he had to, because it was like a scenario like that. Definitely is what I thought, something like that. Yeah, that's true. But the only thing, Care, is as soon as they got out, they would go right back to it. They need to want to do it. They need to get in a good treatment plan and actually wanna quit. And if they don't, no treatment's going to help. They have to want it themselves. And I just don't believe they do, especially now. No, but maybe if they get into a really good program where, I don't know, it's going to be really tough because that's all they know. And I think even growing up, I think, her mom drinks, right, too? Yes, and I agree. I totally agree about that. Because either if it was an accident, it wouldn't have happened. And if it was like neglect and they just didn't, Candace just left Summer alone too long, doing her thing, being drunk or whatever, it wouldn't have been enough time for somebody to get her, or she would have been more aware and coherent, So yeah, I agree. That's definitely probably a good possibility. Yeah, that's true. He is, but I don't know. I just think I don't blame the creators doing it. It's just sad though. Like I was just watching, somebody had sent me an email with a link, which I did watch that. I forget who sent it. I don't think it was Candus putting the knife to his neck. It looked like Don was like, look how cool I look. Wasn't it Don putting the knife to his neck? Somebody had sent me an email like, Tiff, look, you got to look at this. Candus holds up a knife to his neck. But I watched it really quick, so correct me. But what I heard and saw was him saying to Candus, doesn't this look cool? And he puts it up like you think that he's doing it to his neck. What did you guys? Because I just watched it so quick and then I shut it off because she gave me the timestamp and I don't even think I had my headphones. I just watched it on my phone real quick and I don't know. I was preoccupied, but that's what I saw. Is that what happened? But there's a rumor going around that she put the knife to his neck. I guess creators were making videos about that. And I don't think that's what happened. Because why did he say, this looks cool? Doesn't this look cool? Like, because he was doing it like, right? Like, so that wasn't her. But these creators are jumping on the drama like, oh, let's create something and be like, oh, Candus held a knife to his neck. But that's not, I don't know. If that's not what happened, and they would know if they're making a video and analyzing it, wouldn't they know? I don't know. I just... Yeah, that's what I saw. For me, just watching it so quick without earphones and to be able to pick up, then somebody that's watching it intense, editing it to make a video would know that that's not the truth. That's the thing. So why are people doing that? God, I hate when misinformation. I hate when people make up things. Anyway, yeah, Michelle, no, they were just drunk. I mean, yeah, it could have still been dangerous. They're on a live and playing with a knife. And he didn't, I think, yeah, he didn't have his shirt on. And him and Candace were talking, goofing around. And they were getting along, it seemed like. And he just like, at least the little part that I saw, I didn't watch the whole live. And he just was like, look, don't I look cool? And he held it up to his neck like this knife. And so the rumor was going around that she held a knife up to his neck. Like they were like creating drama, like, oh my God. Like she was like mad at him and held a knife up to his neck or something. So I'm like, oh my God, I gotta see this. I click on it and I'm like, what? That's not what happened. But it still doesn't make it right. That's a good point, Crocheting. Bammy, I don't know. I don't think he's had enough time, unless if there was like 3 parts. I don't think he has enough time to get into all that with all the commercials and stuff, and then all his what do you call it? His talking, setting up the scenarios, his narration of everything and conclusions. I don't think he would have time to get into it, to be honest, unless if it was more than 2 parts, but I think it's only 2 parts. So no, I don't think there's enough time. I really don't. But we'll see. It's today and tomorrow, Angel. It was today and then tomorrow too. It's going to be on. So we're going to do open panel tomorrow, guys. So, yeah, that's true, Kaz. You're right. Probably not, because he's going to stick to the case. You're right, I bet. Okay, thanks, Soul for Music. Well, Soul for Music, you should try to find a quiet spot tomorrow, and if you watch it, you could come up on panel if you want. Do you have like a quiet room you could go in with no kids? I hope it's all about summer, to be honest. I would prefer that, because that would, we need to bring, light on that, because it gets forgotten with all these lives that they come on and just, yeah, I hope he does. Yes, Dark Sea. Oh my God, you hit it. Yeah, that's exactly what it's gonna be. 5 minutes of interview, 40 minutes of narration. Hey Amanda, what's up? Oh wow. See how the drama, like people take one little thing and that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. It's just in this case, it's just like, come on, people. Because like that's like really, I know that they have a lot of work to work on for themselves to be able to probably get their kids back, but it doesn't help when people are making up things like, oh, Hannes is holding a knife to his neck. He has a needle. I know there was another creator saying that those were track marks all over his legs when they weren't, from experience. It was like, that's not what sorry, that's not what track marks look like, guys. But there was another pretty big creator spreading that lie. It looked like it was more like what's it called? Bella had it, right word for it. Oh my God, I forget how, I can't think of the word. But he's got like these marks all over his legs, but not track marks, but somebody, big YouTube creator, started that lie that they were track marks. Anyway, varicose veins, but like, yeah, but like it was like, the word has something veins in it, but yeah, it could be a part of that, but also, my God, I'll get back to you tomorrow. I'm gonna ask Bella. And it doesn't even look like, I mean, from experience, from like personal experience, like that sometimes outweighs so much more than just like reading it in a book. When you actually have personal experience, been there, done that, know what it really looks like, then Yeah, so then it could shed some light on that. So yeah, definitely weren't check marks, but well, oh my God, I hate when I can't think of the word. But is Bella in the chat? Yeah, like some like, well, I don't know. Anyway, all right. Yeah, it's just something. I mean, I don't even know the word I'm thinking of. I don't even know if that's for sure. But when she had said that, I'm like, yeah, it could be that. Now I wouldn't be able to say 100% that that's what it is, but it's not track marks. It's something else, obviously, but it could be any one of what you guys are saying. I don't know. Just it's definitely something going on with Belle, but yeah, I think she's working. She might be able to stop in later on my next live, but I don't think she'll be able to stop in here. All right, y'all. Wait, Zavgro, I invited the 4 people in there to come here. Oh, and where, Tracy? In there. You come tomorrow, guys. If you guys want to do the open panel, please come. Like when I come up, I mean on open panel, I'm worried I'm going to do it. Nobody's going to come up. I have trouble getting people up. Do I intimidate people? I don't know. Are people afraid to come up when I invite them? I just the only time I had a really good turnout is when I did a Chris Watts open panel. That was the only time I put the I pinned the link up, and it was the only time I actually had to wait and like do like one person or I do it in batches because I think I had 4 people at a time, and like I had people waiting because you could only have 10 people backstage at a time, and then I would bring up 4 people at a time, and that was the only time where it was actually set up where I had more people than I could fit or whatever. I don't know I can't even word this right, but yeah, usually I have like 2 people and that's it. So, Kaz, you should come up tomorrow. I'm talking about. Okay, Michelle. Mez, you come up. Thanks. Oh, I did this. I'm trying to get my oh, I forgot. I have it set up where now when I'm going live, I'm doing it on my other channel because I'm trying to get that one going because I want to start using that, but I feel like this helps so people are aware of it. So then when I do use it, people are aware of it. So I was just trying to do that to help get it going, you know. So yeah, you're right. I do have that. So you guys could be in that one. The only thing I wish that YouTube would fix this when you live stream to 2, because you could do it to Facebook. I mean, you could do it to any platform through StreamYards, but the chats are all separate. And that's why I don't do it on Facebook anymore. I did it once on Facebook, where I did it on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, but the people on Facebook chat can't see the YouTube chat, and that's the same with the 2 YouTubes. If you're in one chat, you can only see the channel that you're on, and I just wish they'd be able to combine the chats together, but maybe they'll do that eventually, but as far as right now, they don't, which sucks. Oh, Heavenly Clouds. But honestly, though, I know it gets boring over there, but if you wouldn't mind maybe clicking over there once in a while, do kind of go over there at least for a little bit, just so it'll help, because I want to help it get into the system. So then when I do, it gets recommended and people know about it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe once in a while, actually watch it through that way. If you guys don't mind to help a little bit, you don't have to stay there long, but just a little bit, just to help it get, I don't even know what word I'm trying to think of. Why can't I talk today? Just for instance, like, you start a channel and you could do a video and it could just sit there. Like, you have to get it where YouTube sees that people are watching and that they're liking and that they're subscribing, and then they start putting it out there. So then people know is basically what I'm saying. Oh, all right, guys. Oh, drop a link. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Mez dropped it, Amanda. Amanda, you could come up tomorrow too. Are you watching the Dr. Phil tomorrow? Did you watch it today? Well, if you didn't watch today's, watch tomorrow's, and you could come up tomorrow. I'm gonna do it like Probably like 8 or 8:30. I'm gonna do open panel, just going over our thoughts on the Dr. Phil, the Summer Wells case. So I always like to hear your input. You always have good input, and you're really good at like being on panel. Because some people, well, you're already familiar with how it works, and to like give people turns to talk, and because it's like kind of like an art. I'm not that good at it. You're probably better than me, where like if somebody wants to talk, you know when to be quiet, and they talk, and then you talk, and you're really good at that. So if you want, I don't know. Hey, somebody said earlier that there was a YouTube channel that was streaming or that played it on theirs. Can you guys, if you're still in there, can you guys put it in the chat so the people that don't have cable can watch it? I don't know who's doing it. I know they're going to get copyrighted though, so be careful, guys. I guess for channels, maybe if you're not monetized, it won't necessarily. I don't know, because they say sometimes when you're not monetized, I don't know how that works. I think you still get copyright claim, but I don't know. I know just from, like I said, just a short clip, I got a claim from him a couple years ago that wasn't even his. I didn't dispute it at the time. I was just like, screw it. But if it would happen again and I know I didn't get it from him, I would definitely dispute it. So if he tries to do it from my clip I played on the interview room, I'm going to dispute it because that's not right. Anyway, so yeah, anybody that knows where you could watch it on YouTube, can you guys send the link or say the channel? So mods, let this one go if they give a channel. I'm giving the okay that they could say a channel if somebody wants to watch it. So at least the people, because there's people probably from other countries that are not going to be able to watch it. What network is he on? What network? It was channel like 3 or 5. What is it? NBC maybe? There's a channel. Is this a channel? I don't know. I never heard of that, but I guess that's a channel. Anybody else, guys? And I would recommend doing it quick, because if they do get a strike, now claim it'll stay up, but if Dr. Phil goes about striking them, which he could, they take it down. So I would recommend watching those as quick as possible. Anybody else? I'm trying to see if anybody else put up. Oh, thanks, Nelly Bug. Thanks for joining. Is it NBC or CBS? I think it's NBC. Oh, Peacock? ABC out. Hold on, let me look it up. I'll look it up. I guess I got Google right here. I'm like asking, and all I gotta do is look it up. Let's see what. I'm gonna look up what station. I don't know about channels that play it. What station? I know he have a YouTube channel, but usually his just play like clips, and they're not like, he doesn't play the new ones, right? So Dr. Phil is, oh, somebody asks, what? Okay, it doesn't answer. Somebody says, is he on a CBS or ABC? And the questions doesn't even get answered. Hold on. CBS, it looks like. That's what this is saying. Does that sound right? Wait a minute. Why don't it's saying CBS when you look it up. Why do I feel like that sounds weird? That doesn't sound right, but I guess. It says you could find it, and then it says, what app can I watch Dr. Phil on? It says that you could watch it on Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon too. So maybe, I don't know if you could watch the new ones on that or not. So those of you that maybe you could check that out too if you don't have cable. But it looks like on cable, it's CBS, is what it's saying when you look it up. So, but if not, just anybody knows the channels, yeah, just put it up there so people could watch it. So it looks like this one, that's a lot of people are saying that. So it looks like probably that was a one you could watch it at. And I would even type in Dr. Phil and like take his channel, because I think he does have a YouTube channel. Like I said, I don't think he plays his recent episodes. I think he only plays a little clips to preview though on his, but you can try. And what else? Hulu. Yeah, it said Hulu too. Did I not say that? Sorry. I think it said Hulu. Oh, Petty Betty? Or wait, hold on. And if so if I find it later, I'll put it I'll pin a comment if I find like a channel on YouTube um that's playing it. If I end up finding one, I'll pin a comment. Or if somebody comments and they find it, I could pin their comment so people can know. I just have a feeling though, like some of those channels that are in the community that played it, they probably just played it and they're probably going to take it down real quick. I feel like, I don't know. I don't think they'll keep it up that long because why risk being struck? But I could be wrong, but a lot of people will do it real quick or they'll do a live stream or whatever, and then they'll just take it down right away. So those ones you might not be able to, some of them, they might have already removed them. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, try to find it so you can watch it, and if not, we'll go over what they say. But I'm not gonna play any clips. Not with that. I don't want to take a chance. So, I have the big eye for it symbol. All right. Okay. Petty Betty, where it was me. I don't even ever heard of Petty Betty. Huh. I never heard of the other one either, though. Actually. Okay, here we go, everybody. Just go to that right there. They're saying that it's still there if you want to watch it real quick. Definitely, and take notes. So then I want to know what you guys think of that. I really do because there's some things I'm just still trying to figure out, and I like to get everybody's input on like what feeling did they get from those, from how she answered, and what do you guys think? So I really want to know, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to go through this chat again to see because I missed a lot. And then, like I said, if you guys want to come up and chat tomorrow night. All right, guys. I think he started off on Oprah's channel, right? Didn't she used to bring him on as like an expert something? I don't know. What would he be an expert in it though? When people bring on, like for instance, he brought on the behavior panel on his. Didn't Oprah use him in that kind of a way? I'm not even sure. I mean, I had never seen it, but I think that's I've heard that. I feel like. Oh, there we go. Just go right to it. Go to Dr. Phil's. Why not? That's what I would watch it on, because I didn't realize that. Okay, thanks. So then tomorrow you'll know for sure that'll be up forever if it's on actually his channel. There you go. It's as simple as that, guys. Thanks, Libra. I didn't think he played whole. Are you sure he plays the whole episodes though? Why did I think at least he used to a couple years ago? He'd only play like clips where it would like suck you in and you would be like, I want to see more. And then there was no more. Or Facebook. There you go. So yeah, there's many options, guys, it looks like. So yeah, just you guys will be all right, and you'll be able to watch it through one of these. Dr. Phil, Facebook, that other channel. All right, cool. All right, well, come back in about a half hour. We're going to talk about Heidi Plank. I'll probably start it at 8. It says 8:30, but I'll probably go on a little early. So I will see you guys in about a half hour. All right, bye guys. Oh, that's what I thought. Okay, Jenny. So I didn't leave it. I'm glad I stayed. That's what I was thinking. Are you sure, Libra? Because you're saying it's a whole episode. I swear it's just clips on his. I guess I could just go to it, but I'm just being lazy right now. And somebody else is saying it is full episodes. I don't know. Just go check. All right, I'm gonna go, guys. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye.